Hello everyone! Today we'll be examining together what happened in the new and final episode of the Arafta series. In the new episode of Arafta, the complicated relationship between Eight and Mkin has gone beyond just a struggle between two hearts. It has transformed into a reckoning of souls battling the sharp blades of fate. This forced bond, initially appearing as a necessity and a trap, has turned into a storm growing within Eight. With each passing moment, deep traumas from the past, suppressed anger, and a desire for revenge are pushing him beyond this forced marriage plan that binds him to Mkin. Now every glance, every silence, and every word hides the surging conflict of both love and revenge. The viewer not only feels this, but also watches these emotions sparkling in the depths of Eight's eyes. Every glance conceals a threat, every silence, a confession. This war raging in Eight's soul is reshaping not only his relationship with Mkin, but also his own past. The anger in his eyes is actually a reflection of the pain and guilt he has suppressed for years. Eight's protective attitude towards Mkin stems from his love for her, a struggle to survive even in the shadow of the past. Caught in this dilemma, Eight remains neither a completely cold avenger, nor a lover completely devoted to his loved ones. With every step, he tries to protect both himself and Mkin, while simultaneously uncovering the dark wounds of the past. Each scene not only offers emotional tension, but also hints at future moves. The delicate balance between Mkin and Eight's tightens. With each episode, the viewer eagerly awaits to see what secrets the next glance will reveal, and what decision will have devastating consequences. Therefore, Arafta becomes not just a love story, but also a stage where fate, secrets, and the past are tested. And the viewer knows very well that Mkin cannot find her own path without resolving this internal conflict within Eight's. When the two come together, it's not just a love story, but also an epic struggle between two souls confronting the destructive shadows of the past. In each episode, a balance is struck that tests love and anger, loyalty and betrayal, and viewers watch, with bated breath, to see where this complex, painful, and passionate journey will lead. Mkin feels the weight of her own destiny more deeply each day, but at the same time, this pressure, instead of weakening her, equips her with a sharper consciousness. This forced partnership, which initially seemed like a trap, gradually transforms into an unnoticed teacher for Mkin. The pain she endures, the wounds in her heart, and the cracks in Eight's gaze act like a compass, forcing her to move from being a passive figure to emerging from the shadow of secrets. Every new piece of information, every new clue, ignites a spark in Mkin's mind. It allows her to piece together the fragments falling from the dusty shelves of the past, and find her own path. Initially, a figure trapped between love and fear, Mkin is now moving step by step towards becoming the subject of her own story. Each step requires both courage and caution, because no matter how strong she becomes, the shadows around her are always ready to swallow her. Eight's complex and weathered soul acts as both an obstacle and a mirror in Mkin's awakening. The shadows of the past and suppressed anger in his eyes reveal truths to Mkin, and test the limits of love's potential. What do you think will happen in the new episode? Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. The story continues to be more exciting with you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to watch breathtaking new episodes. Mkin is no longer just a victim. As she learns, understands, and feels, she transforms into a warrior who begins to write her own destiny. With every courageous step, she confronts her own darkness, and with every decision, she tries to protect both herself and Eight's. This process not only equips her with individual strength but also strengthens her ability to unravel the lies, betrayals, and mysteries around her. Mkin is no longer a figure trapped between love and fear. She is a character shining in the shadows, searching for her own light, and possessing the potential to transform both herself and those around her when she finds it. Each new episode deepens Mkin's journey of awakening. Viewers witnessed not just her struggle for survival, but also the story of a soul questioning its own destiny, shaped by its choices, and ultimately approaching its freedom step by step. Mercan's courage and awareness elevate the dramatic texture of the series, keeping viewers glued to the screen with the question, what will happen next? In every scene, and in the shadow of all this, Asli's presence still looms as a sinister and living threat. She's taking a break. She's not in the center of the stage. She's waiting in corners untouched by the lights. In moments everyone thinks they've forgotten, her ambition, fueled by jealousy, has now gone far beyond simple competition. For Asli, this isn't a matter of love, it's a story of an ego that refuses to lose, a desire to control, and a need to destroy. The fact that Mercan has filled the place in Eitz's heart that he thought belonged to him, creates an irreversible rupture in him. Those who want to find out what Eitz will do, can subscribe to my YouTube channel, to follow this exciting story. The tension continues to grow, step by step. Asli's plans aren't noisy. On the contrary, they're extremely quiet. A whisper, a sentence spoken at the wrong time, a deliberately created misunderstanding. Every step she takes is calculated to further shake the already fragile balance between Eitz and Mercan. Every harm she inflicts on Mercan not only hurts her, but also brings to the surface Eitz's destructive past, his anger, and his guilt that he tries to suppress. Asli knows this. That's precisely why she doesn't stop, because the most dangerous weapon for Asli is Eitz himself. While claiming to love him, she's actually risking being the one who hurts him the most. She's aware that as she touches Eitz's darkness, that darkness will transform into an uncontrollable force, and when that force explodes, she doesn't care who gets burned around her. Mercan is not just a target in this game. She's a trigger used to drag Eitz to a point of no return. With each new episode, Asli is cornered a little more, but this doesn't weaken her. On the contrary, it makes her more reckless, more ruthless. As her mask falls, her true face becomes clearer. An obsession disguised as love, a desire for destruction hidden under the guise of sacrifice, without realizing that she's preparing her own end. Asli pulls the strings even tighter. That's why, in Arafta, nothing is just a matter of emotion anymore. Every move is a confrontation, every glance a threat, every silence a harbinger of an approaching storm. The possibility of Asli emerging from the shadows and taking complete control of the game is dangerous enough to rewrite fate at any moment. And the audience knows very well that the real devastation in this story will come from the quietest place. Arafta is the story of two people forced to live on the chasm between revenge and love, one of the toughest boundaries in Turkish dramas. No matter how far they go, each wave of emotion unveils a new veil of secrecy, often leaving the viewer wondering what will happen next, trapped between the sharp lines of passion, betrayal, and fate. This story becomes more complex with each episode, keeping viewers in deep suspense. To follow Mercan and Eitz's adventure, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in new videos. Please, don't forget to like the video.